Let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Way to
Can they
start
hear
it.
us?
I'm sure they can.
I have to double check with that sigh.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Oh wait, did I? I think I did. Okay. Boom. Bap. Boom. Bop. Beep. Up. Whatever. We're here for episode 71 of 10 Talks.
Yep.
W's in the chat. Shout out to I forgot his name, Be Some More or something like that. The YouTuber who created that thing. But anyways, guys, we are here for episode 71 of 10 Talks. And first things first is a huge apology is in order for how late we are, because originally okay, so I kind of messed up. I originally I wanted to schedule this thing for 7:30, but then I was thinking like, I think we could maybe make 7:15. I made 7:15, and then within like 2 seconds or a minute I changed it to 7:30, and we're starting now at 9, so it's like an hour and a half late, right? Okay, yeah, so super sorry guys. I know it's not what you want to hear, but you know, better late than never, I guess.
Yuri's family is in town.
Yes,
you should
exactly.
Say that. You're
I was gonna get to that. Yeah.
So that's another reason why we're late. We're having company.
Main reason, exactly.
Jeez Louise.
I was gonna get to that right now. Is well, I wanted to bring it up in a context because it's interesting, because during the 5-day stream, towards the end of the stream, my sister joined the chat or whatever, and she was like talking about what are we gonna do for her birthday, which FYI it's tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow's both of my sister's birthdays, but anyways, we were talking about what we're gonna do for her birthday. Originally I was talking to her about her coming out with my nieces, and unfortunately her husband would not be able to come because he's working or whatever, so that was the original plan. And then in the chat it was like, she was saying like, oh, I want you to fly out here. And then I was saying like, no, like it would be cool if you guys come out here. And then like, I don't know, like like we were kind of talking about in the chat already, so I feel like a lot of the viewers already kind of like got like, knew what was going on a little bit or whatever, right? So but anyways, just to give you guys an update on what the hell happened. Also, not just to give you guys an update, but a huge thank you to every single freaking person who's a part of the Harmonious gang, who supports us, who freaking donates, who likes, comments, subscribes, who does everything to help us grow this channel, support us financially, like all that stuff. I want to thank you guys so much, because we were able to do something I thought I would never be able to do. But basically, it's my sister's, both my sister's birthday, and as you guys know, unfortunately, one of my sisters recently just passed away. She's buried here in Los Angeles, and my other sister, who lives in another state, she was basically saying like, oh, she wouldn't be able to make it out, because of financial reasons. She's like, oh, it'd be cool if you come out here. And I was like, I'm down to come out there, but our sister's cemetery is here. It's her birthday as well. My mom's out here, Riley's out here. I was like, it would be cool if like you guys came out here, all the family and everyone's out here. So basically, Riley was looking through some tickets or whatever, because Riley knows how to. I've never bought an airplane ticket in my life. Riley knows how to do all that stuff. Anyways, Riley was able to find some not cheap, but affordable tickets for my sister and my 2 nieces to come out, which I'm so excited about. And they just came out today.
Yeah, very excited that they're here too. Made some dinner, now some friends are over and they're chilling, so.
And
happy they could just be here.
It's funny, I didn't even say this to you earlier, but I was kind of jealous. But like, as soon as my mom pulled up with my sisters and my niece, my sister and my niece in the back, my nieces in the back, one of my nieces, Nika, she like throws the door open and she just goes, Riley, and she like runs outside and gives you a hug. And then she sees me and she's like, Yuri, and like gives me a tiny hug. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why are you not excited to see me?
Because I'm a girl's girl.
I know.
And I love my girlies.
Because you know how to what's it called? Like,
I know how to deal with kids.
Well, not kid. Well, yeah, probably kids too. Oh yeah, you have experience with kids, but like, like the mind of a young girl. So like, what I mean? Like, oh, they're gonna fuck with this. You know what I mean? They're gonna like this. They're gonna think this is exciting or something.
Well, I also have a niece that's
that's
Nika's age, and she is literally my everything. I could cry about thinking.
I know. You do cry about thinking about her.
Yeah, I just love her so much. And I never get to see her, so whenever I get the chance to hang out with Yuri's nieces, I like
Oh.
fix that void. You
Oh.
know?
Is
Love it.
but is your niece like my nieces where like?
Oh, my niece is even crazier.
Well, I was gonna say like your
Your
niece.
niece is sweet.
Well, I was gonna say your niece is very independent and she has a huge personality. Where like my two nieces that are here, it's like they're kind of like timid and like to themselves a little bit. Where your niece is like so outgoing and so like flamboyant. But I'm wondering like if you were to tell your niece like, hey, don't throw dirt on the carpet. Like,
She's gonna listen.
is she gonna go like,
No.
like,
Hell no.
does she ever cry after you tell her not to do stuff?
No, she knows because Brittany, my sister, is the same way with her. So like, especially if I'm saying something to her, like I'm like, Adrian, don't do that. She's gonna listen to me because she knows Thea doesn't play like that either. But she's like, she's a little spunky and has a little personality attitude, but she's so loving, like Nika is too. Like, she wants to cuddle with Thea and wants me to hold her and like.
But you never made her
love her
accidentally
too.
emotional?
Oh yeah, I have. Like if I like get mad at her, she'll get sad.
Yeah,
She'll
exactly.
feel bad like that I'm mad at her.
But like with my niece, well, especially with my other niece Elena, it's like I won't even have to be mad. It's like I say one, especially no, actually with my niece Vivian, who's
My
here,
niece is not
who's
like
like
that,
two.
though.
She's only 2-3 years old
Yeah.
to be honest. But like, dude, I say one thing, like one no to her, and it's over. She's just like, where's mommy? Where's daddy? They're gonna say yes. I'm like, no.
No,
gonna
like the perfect example is like last time when we went to the trampoline park with Yuri's nieces.
Uh-huh.
We were only there for like an hour. I think we only had like an hour or 2 hours slot
Oh,
or something.
yeah,
and
yeah.
at the end, one of his nieces starts bawling, crying because she did not want to leave. But like my niece, like Adrienne, she wouldn't bawl, like she wouldn't cry because we had to leave. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wouldn't be like that sensitive.
Yeah,
so, like,
yeah.
where Elena is
Mhm.
sensitive like that. Like,
Exactly.
You know?
That's what's funny about Elena is like you talk to her in certain moods and she's like almost
She's
like
a tough
she's
girl.
almost like talking to an adult. You know what I mean? She just
Exactly.
like she knows how to express her feelings. She knows how to sense other people's feelings. Like, you know, she's very mature. But then like you get it to situations like that where you're like, all right, we gotta leave the jump park. And you're like, bruh,
No.
there's no way you gotta be crying right now.
Yeah, it's like some things trigger them.
But that's how I talked to her. I was like, Lelena, I was like, you should not be crying right now. I was like, there's no way. I was like, you can cry if you want, but like, guess what? Our time is over. There's nothing I can do.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, come on, girlfriend. Like, we're going to still go home and have fun. Like, the night's not over yet.
Yeah.
Like, you have to talk to them like that. Like, don't be like, you can't be like, stop crying. Like, you have to just be like, it's all good.
I
Like,
know.
stop crying. It's all good. And then they'll just be like, okay.
That's where it's like, you know, certain people have the skill of like talking to children. You know what I mean? Like,
I am trained. I am trained to talk to children.
you know, that reminds me of that Riley and I be sending random Instagram videos to one another of like cute cat shit or like kids, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And like I sent Riley this one video where it's this like mom, she's waking up her, like, it looks like a 2 to 3 year old boy. She's like waking him up. She's like, wake up, we gotta go to work, and he looks like so young that he can't even talk. He immediately wakes up and he's just like immediately distressed, like, I want to go back to sleep. And he's like
He's literally like one.
he's like preschool or something like that. He's like, you're taking me to school? And she's like, nah, you're going to work. And he goes,
Work?
and just starts crying. And she's like, nah. She's like, everyone has to work. It's fine, blah, blah.
She's like, we got bills to pay. We got bills.
And
It's okay. Everybody has bills because he just keeps crying. He's like, she's like, it's okay. Everybody has bills. And he goes, bills?
He's like, okay. And then like gets up or whatever. And I was like, that's so funny. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you got to be with kids, I guess. Like, hella supportive.
Yes, exactly. Overly supportive. Overly encouraging.
Yeah, overly encouraging. But also, I don't know. You don't want to be super overly encouraging because also it's like, I don't know. It's like you don't want those kids that like kind of scrape their knee and they're just like, oh my
No.
God. Instead, they're just like, oh shit, okay, my knee scraped, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
That's where you got to pinpoint the certain things you have to encourage.
oh yeah.
Like, it's like when they fall down and they get hurt, you're gonna have to teach them how to react. Like, it's okay, you just fell down and you're gonna get up. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I noticed that like sometimes, I forgot exactly what situations, but like it would be like when my nieces were way younger, they would fall, hit their knee or something, and then they get up immediately with like no reaction, like they're fine. But then they look at someone going, And they realize how traumatic their fall was, and they're like, "Oh my god, I fell really hard." Then they start crying. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty funny. But either way, guys, yeah, my family's visiting right now, but my nieces are not in the house. FYI, yeah. They left with their Gma. But anyways, guys, we are here for episode 71 of 10 Talks, and like I said, a huge apology for being late, but just had to get last minute things fucking settled and figured out and
gotta
get
cook for people.
Yeah, Riley cooked what, 50 sliders?
Not even that much yet, but I just cooked enough for
like 25? At least
24.
half of them. How do you know it's 24?
Because there's 24
wow.
rolls in one.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, Riley made 24 sliders, which by the way, I love those sliders.
More to come to after this. Probably.
They're so good. Either way, guys, this is our first stream on this channel since the 5-day stream.
Yes.
Have you recovered since then?
Me, yes. Have you recovered is the real question.
Yeah, honestly, it's like the next day, the next day was Thursday. The whole beginning of the day I just spent cleaning the house because I was just like, oh man, I have to clean the house. I like started cleaning the whole house or whatever, got it pretty clean, and then did disconnected. And honestly, it's kind of weird where like I felt like a pretty good amount of energy during the day, but then once I sat down for disconnected, I was like, oh my god, like I feel so mentally drained. You know what I mean? Like I feel like talking and I feel like saying stuff, but there's hella moments where I was just like, I had a thought in my mind, and usually I would just blurt it out, but I was just like, not gonna say anything. Like I don't know, like for some reason I was just so tired, you know what I mean? And I was reading through the comments like I always do, and like I saw some comments saying like, you could tell Yuri's emotional, like kind of exhausted in this episode, and I was. It was the next day after
the next day after the stream, I was like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I thought it was gonna be funny. I was gonna screenshot the fucking "Can I Get a W" song and post, and I was like, I'm gonna post like this song lives rent free in my head because that song just kept fucking playing, and I just keep hearing it in my fucking head. And I put "tent free." This song lives tent free in my head.
That's what you wrote?
Yeah, and Giselle like commented back, and she's like, "tent free." Like I could tell you're still exhausted. And I was like, oh, tent free, like that's hella funny, like missed opportunity.
Oh yeah, right.
And then I looked back and I noticed I said that, and I was like, oh fuck. And then I corrected myself, and I was like, rent free. And then everybody commented back, was like, you should have just kept it tent free. Tent free was funnier. Tent free was
so
dumb.
When I saw it, it said rent free probably.
No, it still said tent free, and then I just did the next slide correcting myself.
I didn't even
notice. That
notice.
shit was funny. I didn't even realize I said that.
I didn't even notice you made that mistake.
Exactly, me either.
I feel like your brain, it's kind of like when you're reading a word and like one of the letters is backwards, you won't even notice it. You just like read it. You know what I mean? Like you don't even like have to like kind of be like, oh wait, the A in treat is backwards.
I had just woken up.
Dude, okay, that was the one thing. I have the whole stream. Oh, okay. So here's my confusion is like I was thinking that Ludwig, who did the 30. Okay, also I was wrong. I said on stream that he did 22 days. No, he did 30 days on stream, and I thought he was going outside and doing all this stuff or whatever. But Riley and I did some research. I guess we like watched through his stream, and he was at home the whole time, all 30 days, which I was just like, God damn. And
he slept on stream too. We saw.
Yeah, he was sleeping on stream, but he wasn't doing the fucking TTS.
He was just sleeping through
the night. He was just sleeping through the night. And I was noticing that, like, it was like 15, 20 days in, we're looking at him. He has no bags under his eyes. He still has so much energy. He still looks fresh. And I was like, bro, 3 days in, I look like I was dead. How is this guy still looking so fresh? And it's just like, it's because he didn't have TTS on throughout the night. That's torture. You know what I mean? Like, if we do the 30-day or month-long stream or week-long stream, it's like we can't have TTS throughout the night. That's the only way I could survive, or we could survive. The TTS is what ruins it. Yeah. You think if there was no TTS, you would sleep on stream with me, or no?
No.
Still no?
That's the thing. It's like people are easily going to be able to clip you during your sleep. You never know. People already caught you farting and pretty much shitting your pants.
No, I asked the chat. I said, yo, you guys.
No, Manic Gabe sent me.
That was not real. Whatever Manic Gabe sent you was so obvious.
Sent me the clip.
That shit was obviously
and
altered.
Like, what? I heard that.
No, that shit was obviously altered. It was like,
no.
It was so, no, it didn't sound real at all. I was under covers. It would sound a little muffled. But anyways, people were saying, Yuri farted in his sleep. I was like, send me the clips. I got one fucking CGI altered clip of me farting. Not even
It was
real.
CGI.
Well, it was edited. There's no way I farted like that. But you slept on stream with me before.
Yeah, and I got clipped.
What? Doing what?
Sleeping. Just my sleeping self.
And you didn't like it?
I don't like that. It's so awkward. And
So you
weird.
don't want to do it again?
No.
Really?
Especially now we have even more people watching us.
Oh my god.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
Jazzy said
Ludwig didn't have his girlfriend.
Who?
Ludwig. Or how do you say his
Yeah,
name?
Ludwig. Yeah, he didn't have
Ludwig.
his girlfriend, you're right. And honestly, I was kind of thinking like,
And she was even saying like, the chat is yours for the month.
yeah,
I'm
she's
gonna be
like
single
I'm
for a
not
month.
I'm not even your girlfriend anymore. The chat's your girlfriend now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was kind of thinking like, okay, this was going through both of our heads. We can't lie. This these 3, 4, 5 day streams, especially the 5 day stream, really interferes with like a certain aspect of our life. That we do every day, damn
Yeah.
near every day. We don't want to get into details, but it's something that all adults do, usually before you go to sleep. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, Ludwig was on stream for 30 days. Did he really? Did he really not do that for 30
No.
days?
He did.
Or did he like kind of be like, hey guys, this is Steve. Steve's gonna take over the stream for 30 minutes. Deuces, you know what I mean? Like, and then he leaves.
He definitely did.
You think so?
Yes.
And this is like, I typed in a Ludwig interview, and I didn't really get too many. I just noticed Lola's in here. I didn't get too many interviews of like him talking about like the questions of the stream, but like I want to see an interview where he talks about how he did it, how this affected his relationship, how he stayed healthy. Was he working out? But then also Riley did notice one thing is he had an extravagant house. He had a huge house.
Yeah,
We have a tiny little, not tiny, but
he
we
had
have
like a basketball court.
yeah,
like,
a pool. I think a jacuzzi.
Hot pot. Yeah, hot tub.
A hot pot. What?
Hot pot. Hot pub.
Yeah, so I think he had a lot more amenities, but still with the working out, you think he had a gym like to do the workouts?
Yeah.
Probably,
did.
right? He already had a fucking mansion. You know what's insane though is like we were watching his vlog, and in his vlog he was making it seem so quirky, where he was just like, sorry guys, but he was like today on stream we're chasing a new goal. He's like, I want to become the most subscribed person on Twitch, and it's just like he made it seem like such a cliche, not like a chill little stream goal to hit, but becoming the most sub to person on Twitch basically means becoming a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, so it feels like he was already extremely successful. Like, he's already a multimillionaire when he started this.
Yeah.
And then he got into it and became like stupid much more successful and rich, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's how I saw it. I mean, I saw his house. I was thinking he was already a successful streamer. He just wanted that title.
But you know what's funny is I do remember what. Sorry guys for yawning. The video that Riley and I watched is like an edited video that Ludwig had made. But I remember when he was doing the stream, Adam was like telling me about it. He's like, yo, like this dude's doing a month-long stream, blah blah. And then like Adam was like texting me about it, and I was like, what the fuck? And I would look it up and like watch his stream a little bit here and there. And I remember one of the parts of the streams I was watching of his, it was like the morning time, and he was eating breakfast with his girl. And he just like he seemed like he was over it. Like he was not reading the chat. He didn't like those donations coming in. He was not reacting to the donations at all. He was just eating cereal, and he looked so dead inside. And his girlfriend was like there reading the chat. She's just like, oh, thank you, Purple Unicorn Princess, blah 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 blah. Like thank you, blah blah. And she just seemed like she had so much energy, and she was like so happy. And I was like looking at him. He just was just like
so
had this dark cloud over him, just eating cereal. He was just like, you know. And I was just like, damn, like. When I was watching the stream, it seemed like it was really affecting him. But when we were watching the highlight, it seemed like he was happy the whole time.
Yeah, he seemed really happy. But
Yeah,
I'm
right?
sure there's a lot of dead moments during that whole 32 days or whatever.
Bro, for real. It's like there's no way you
has
could.
to be.
Yeah, you can't do a 30-day stream and have like dead moments. You know what I mean? Like I even remember when Lucha was competing. Andy Milanakis was doing some sort of streaming contest where he would like have small streamers submit videos or whatever, and I forgot what the prize was, but he would basically help your streaming career in some sort of way. And remember Lucha was going for it, and I made that video for him or whatever. And I remember
It was
Lucha
a contest, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a contest, and I remember Lucha said that he didn't win the contest because Andy was going through his stream, and he had like. And the stream he was going through was like a 4 or 5 hour stream, right? And he was like clicking through it randomly, and like one or two of the things he clicked through was just like, like dead moments or dull moments. And Andy was just like, oh man, you can't have any dead or dull moments in a 4-hour stream. And then Lucha and I were talking about it. We're like, bro, how can you do a 4-hour stream and every second you're just like, dancing and talking for 4 hours?
Yeah,
There's no one
no.
that does that. You know what I mean? It's impossible.
Yeah, I definitely remember that, and I felt like Lucha is always like super
Yeah.
crazy and like hyped up when anybody like
Exactly.
says anything or donates anything, and the only times he clicked on were was like he was like trying to scroll through the chat or like playing his game or
Exactly.
yeah, so annoying.
I don't know. But either way, 5-day stream.
How do you feel?
I feel like I'm recovered. You know what I mean? Like right now I feel like hella tired. I don't know why.
I think you're just tired because you've been cleaning and
the whole
preparing for your sister.
exactly.
Yeah.
My sister was coming in with my nieces, so Riley and I spent the whole day cleaning all of our bathrooms, all the floors and everything. We got up super early doing all that stuff. We got out. Oh, another thing we should talk about is we got part 1 of the Hawaii vlog out yesterday. I thought for sure we would get part 2 out today, but guys, it's gonna come out tomorrow at this point. There's 2 things I was dealing with. Number 1 is obviously my sister and my niece is coming into town. I didn't want to spend the whole time up here just editing or whatever. I spend most of the time hanging out downstairs, and like I spend like 10-20 minutes up here editing. I got most of it done, but I'm dealing with this like super annoying issue where I've complained about this before, and this is one of my biggest things or gripes about the Apple company, where Apple makes stuff, right? And they make stuff with like a couple like sneaky little thought processes behind it, where number one thought process Apple does, like has before when creating any type of like item, like such as an iPhone or anything that they make, is like, this item has to work only within our ecosphere of Apple products. So if like you bought this iPhone, they're going to do things that happen with the iPhone where it's really annoying to connect it to a PC. It's really annoying to use it with non-Apple products. And then slowly the user is just like, oh man, it's so annoying to connect my iPhone to my computer, so I need to get an Apple laptop. You know what I mean? Like, and like basically like Apple does this thing where like they want the user to get so frustrated with like all these like little things that happen with using shit, their devices or whatever, that they have to use only Apple ecosphere stuff to make it easier on their user experience or whatever. But anyways, the reason why I'm bringing all this stuff up is back in the day, I used to be able to film. I would like during my vlogging days, or whatever, back in the day, I would vlog a lot of stuff on my DSLR, but then I would also get a lot of B-roll clips using my iPhone. I would film certain stuff with my iPhone, and like I used my iPhone for a lot of stuff like back in the day, and also like more later on in the future. And I never had an issue of like taking iPhone footage, putting it on my computer, putting it in Adobe Premiere, and then like I'm editing it and everything looks fine, right? Never had an issue before. Now, I guess I'm not sure if it's because I have the iPhone 13 or whatever, but now that I have the newest iPhone, and also iPhone has like kind of like had a bunch of new updates since the last time I was vlogging or whatever. But anyways, Riley and I were in Hawaii. I vlogged everything on my iPhone 13, and I imported the footage, put it into Adobe Premiere. It looks fine in Adobe Premiere, right? You export it, and then bruh, everything is blown out. Everything's super bright. It looks hella yellow. It just looks insane. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck is going on with the colors? I was super confused. Posted on Instagram. I already deleted it, but I had a couple people reply to me saying, what's up, dude? Like, I've been having the same issue ever since I updated to the new Adobe Premiere. You gotta do this, or whatever. And basically, you have to go through these very convoluted, weird-ass settings that no one knows the definition to in the Adobe Premiere settings to get the iPhone footage to look semi-normal or whatever in Adobe Premiere. And with the last vlog, I was dealing with a lot of stress with this color correcting shit. Finally was able to have it like work a little bit halfway. You'll notice that a couple of the clips are like overexposed, a little bit dim, all that stuff. I couldn't deal with it at that point. I was just like, whatever, it is the way it is. Now with part 2, I'm dealing with it all over again. And it's at this point, it's kind of like now I'm really, at first, the first vlog, I got to the point where I was like, I don't care anymore. We're just going to post it. But now in day 2, Riley and I go to the beach. And like, dude, when Riley and I were at this beach, like we were fucking overwhelmed with how beautiful it was. We were like, bro, the water's so clear. It's green and blue. And like, it looked like a freaking movie. Riley and I were going through the footage on Adobe Premiere, and it just looks like muddy water. Like it just does not.
So bad.
It
does not do it any justice.
It looks like worse than LA water. It's so weird. You know what I mean? Like we're watching on the thing, and we're like, bro, the whole clip I'm talking about how beautiful the water is, and as you're looking at the water on the
He's
video,
like, it looks so clear, and then the fucking wave comes in, it looks just brown, like
Bruh.
brown mud.
and I swear Riley and I were like, dude, this is not what it looks like.
He's like, it looks like, look how clear and insane the water is. It looks like a pile of mud just coming towards your face.
Dude, and it's even more annoying because I remember when we were in Hawaii and I had filmed it, I remember thinking like, I wonder if it's gonna transfer how beautiful the water looks onto camera, right? And then Riley and I rewatched the footage and we're like, dude, it looks just as beautiful. Like iPhone's doing a really good job showing the greens, the blues, the clear water, everything. Put into Adobe Premiere, looks like shit. And I'm like, bruh. And then anyways, I'm guessing that this is just Apple's way of fucking with, you know what I mean, PC users. Before this whole video thing, there was a whole nother thing where back in the day, you could take a photo on your iPhone, throw it on your computer using Dropbox or whatever which way, and then you throw it into Adobe Premiere, you can instantly view the photo. Now guys, if you take a photo on iPhone, throw it into Adobe Premiere, it's going to show up as a black image and it doesn't show up. And it's because iPhone created a new saving file instead of JPEG or PNG or, you know, like QuickTimes for videos, but instead of one of those, it uses like HEIC, like some new one that I invented that basically only works with like Apple products and will give you issues with things that are non-Apple products. And it's very frustrating. That's the reason why, one of the reasons why we've been really dealing with it. And I do not want to drop this footage with like the water looking the way it is. It looks so bad. I'm literally like, I had to cut it out, but maybe I might re-include it if we can fix how it looks. But at one point, I'm like filming the water, and I'm like, guys, I'm not adding any color corrections or anything at all. This is naturally how beautiful the water looks. And then I'm looking at the footage, I'm like, bro, I have to color correct it in order to even show how it looks. You know what I mean? So then I'm lying. But I don't know. Very frustrating. Fuck you, Apple. But
Dude,
also,
it's so annoying.
I have an Apple iPhone, so I haven't, have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Told you.
I told Riley though.
Final cut.
The only no,
He said nope.
The only reason why we're dealing with this issue is because I decided to film everything on the iPhone, which makes things a lot easier, But then now it makes things a lot harder. So the only reason why I did not film stuff on my DSLR is because I didn't have enough batteries and all this stuff. So next time Riley and I go out vlogging, I'm buying a couple extra Sony batteries so we can actually vlog on the Sony and we don't have to deal with these issues anymore, because that was so super annoying. I'm super sad you guys can't see part 2 today. You're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. And honestly, also, originally Riley and I thought we could crunch this whole vlog into like 15-20 minutes. Dude, every day is like 20 minutes. We did a lot of shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till we go to the volcano.
I know the volcano day is gonna be a long.
That's gonna be like a 30-minute
Mm-hmm.
vlog. I feel like every video is gonna be longer and longer, until maybe the last day.
No, the last day was even probably the longest because we had a lot of footage with like the critters we saw. Sea life.
Yeah, you're right. Oh yes, you're right. That was the last day, and then the story time.
Yes,
Should we even include that at this point?
I told you not. We shouldn't, right?
We already talked about it here, but we could not include it.
I don't want that. Out and about.
Really? It already is out and about. It's not that bad. But I'm saying I cannot, it's not that big of a deal. I cannot include it.
At the station.
You were saying a couple days ago, you were like, oh man, you should have filmed while we were at the station. It would have made for a good vlog. At least like filming our feet as we're talking to the officer.
Yeah, no, talking to the officer, I said.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
in the station.
It wasn't even really a station. It felt like we were in school. It felt like we were in trouble with the principal because we're sitting in the hallway on these tiny little chairs and we're just like...
Yeah, I did feel like we were in trouble at school.
It didn't feel that serious.
It was.
Oh my god. Imagine...
Don't say it.
Okay, nothing. Do you even know what I was going to say?
I don't know, but don't say it.
Alright, I won't say
if
it.
it's bad.
It's not bad, but...
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the other thing I wanted to say as well is we finished the 5-day stream, gone to Disconnected. Friday... What did we do Friday?
The live stream?
Did we do listening to music this Friday?
Yeah, this last Friday. Or this Friday?
Week? No, we didn't, right?
No.
But what did we do? We were
I had work.
Yeah, you had work.
And
I forgot.
You cleaned at home.
Yeah, we're just cleaning again. I forgot what the fuck we did. But basically, the point I was getting to is Riley and I really couldn't come up with too many topics for this episode. So we're going to go off the dome.
You were finishing the vlog.
Oh, yes. It's Friday. I spent all day editing the freaking video. And then by the time Riley came home, I was still dealing with the issues. Or that's when I discovered the issues because Riley came home. I finished editing. Oh, my God. I didn't even get to this. Riley came home. I finished editing the video. I exported it, uploaded it to YouTube without checking the export, and then I was just telling Riley, I'm like, I'm working on the thumbnail, like, we got the video done, blah blah. I'm like, you want to see it? She's like, yeah. I opened the video to show it to Riley, and we realized, like, oh my God, it looks terrible. It's so overexposed or whatever. So I didn't realize I had that color issues until Riley got home, and it's so weird because like in Adobe Premiere it has like a preview window, and in the preview window it looks fine. As soon as you export, it looks insane, which is like I can't explain like what the hell is going on there. You know what I mean? Like, and what's annoying is like I posted on Instagram and I started getting like all these annoying messages of like people asking me like, "Are you exporting in H.264?" It's like these basic questions that like anyone who's used Adobe Premiere once, knows the answer to these, and I'm like, bro. I'm not having this issue because I'm stupid and I don't know how to export. I'm having this issue because of this update. You know what I mean? Like I had so many people trying to like help me with it when they're like just giving me these like simplistic answers like, are you exporting an MP4 and not QuickTime? I'm like, bro, you think I didn't think of that? I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'm seeming a little grumpy right now, but I guess when you're like hella irritated with something, I don't know. Your temper's low when you get like responses like that.
Yeah, I feel it.
Either way, did you have sorry.
No, I didn't.
I have two random things. Actually, no, I have a couple random things. Oh, wait. Riley and I discovered something really fucking weird the other day.
Oh, yes.
Riley and I will, chill by the computer when we're like hanging out sometimes or whatever and like find random YouTube videos to watch. And it's usually like kind of like documentary style videos or whatever, and then I heard that song before, Chandelier. Well, I forgot how it goes. How's it go?
Chandelier by Sia.
Yeah, Chandelier. I've heard the song before on the radio because it's so famous, but never knew who made it. Never knew anything about the person who made it or whatever. But anyways, Riley and I are on YouTube, and we see this video titled like Sia made the most fucking controversial fucked up movie ever.
Bruh.
Where she made a movie about a girl with an autistic sister, and basically the point of the movie from Sia's perspective was to kind of create awareness about autism and kind of like show them in a light where people can have a little bit more understanding. But she has this kind of woke effect where it's like people are so woke and like so ready to kind of fight for something that they believe in. Like we saw this clip of what's her name, Katie Osborne. Was that Katie Osborne?
No.
Amy.
Kelly Osborne.
Kelly. We saw this clip of Kelly Osborne talking with this lady about about Donald Trump trying to kick out all illegal Hispanics or whatever, right? And Kelly Osborne's trying to say like, dude, you can't do that because, a lot of hardworking jobs and important jobs are held by Hispanic people and the country's going to fall apart without these people. Instead of saying that, while she's on this interview, whatever she's on, she's like, Donald Trump, if you kick out Mexican people, who's going to clean your toilet? And just the way she says it, just so like bad. So backhanded. You're like, I see what you're trying to do.
The other girl on the talk show was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, she's like, oh no.
Oh wait, no.
The clip cut short, but I kind of want to see what happens after that.
Yeah,
it was so bad. But basically, Kelly's like trying to stick up for like Mexican people or Hispanic people. It does a very terrible job at it. Does like a very backhanded job at it. But that's kind of what Sia did with this. She's trying to like create awareness for autism, but like she had a 14-year-old girl, which this is.
She wasn't 14.
Oh,
she wasn't 14.
9.
No, she's like 19 now.
But in the movie she was.
No, she was still like older. This is a newer movie.
When we were watching the video, they said that they're like
14 when she was in her first music video.
Really?
Yes.
No, but they were saying like, oh, you can't blame this girl either because she was 14 in the movie, or was she 17 already?
I think she was like 16, 17
okay.
when they started filming it.
Anyway, Sia casted the autistic girl in the movie with Maddie Ziegler, who's non-autistic, and she did this thing where like there's different variations of autism, and like it's very rare to have a person who has like all 5 or all 6 of them like in extreme levels, and basically that's what they did with this girl.
Yes, all the symptoms.
All the symptoms. Yeah, they had this girl like have all these symptoms to such an extreme level
she was
where
nonverbal, very fidgety, out of it.
Was OCD.
Oh, like just over the top, where it's like as soon as I was seeing the trailer, all I could think about was Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, which was a parody about a movie being made of an autistic person who was played by Ben Stiller, and like the point of that like sketch or skit was like how ridiculous he was like playing an autistic person.
Exactly.
And as soon as I see her playing this role seriously, that's all I could think about. I was like, this is so cringe and horrible. Like, it's how like offensive.
It's like a serious version of Tropic Thunder. Like Tropic Thunder was doing it was doing it in this way where they're trying to like be like, hey, like, you guys think this is funny, but this is not funny.
Yeah, no.
She's doing it in a way where she's like,
this is
serious.
And
but
I'm like I'm doing them justice.
Bro, it was so bad, but basically
horrible.
If you guys gotta watch this video, like Sia and like the terrible movie or something like that or whatever, but
there is even more background about their relationship that we found out.
So I did not know anything about Maddie Ziegler. Riley instantly recognized her
because she was from Dance Moms, which is how JoJo Siwa also got like famous, which is like a pop-in reality show. I don't know what years it was probably like really poppin'. Probably like 2010 through 2012. It was like probably popular.
I think it
was like about this group of dancers who danced at this strict studio called Abby Lee Dance Studio, and they were taught by like the top dance teacher in their state or whatever. And JoJo Siwa and Maddie Ziegler were both on the same team. And, like, each week they had to compete for, like, a solo routine and, like, all these different routines, yada, yada, yada. But she got popular off this reality show. And I guess Sia found her from there and kind of created her as her own muse.
Dude.
Hired her for that Chandelier music video. And that's when their, like, relationship kind of started, I guess.
Which, like, I didn't know anything about this music video. I barely knew anything about this song. I just heard it, like, on the radio or whatever, right? At first, you see, like, oh, wow, she gave this girl from this TV show this opportunity to be on this fucking music video that's going to be enormously huge. You're like, wow, that's cool. You know, that's really, really respectable. But then, as you're watching this YouTube video, as we were watching this YouTube video, the dude's talking about how Sia could have casted an actual person who has like is on the spectrum of on the autism spectrum of some sort or whatever, have them as the actor so they can portray it correctly, non-offensively. But she went out of her way to have Maddie Ziegler do it, and he was saying how like her whole career she's always kind of like everything she's done, she's always had Maddie Ziegler as like the top actress or be a part of it in like some lead form immediately, right? And then he goes back to some brings up some interview clips with Sia as an example, and this is where it gets really fucking weird. Sia's like, they're asking her about how her relationship with this 14-year-old girl at the time in this interview, and she's just like, yeah, she's like, we're so close. She's like, it's not weird at all. She's like, I'm like her second mom. She sleeps over all the time. We sleep in the same bed. I live across the street from her house. I call myself
sleepovers all the time.
I call myself her bonus mom.
Oh yeah, she made her own shirt that said bonus mom.
And I'm like listening to this, I had to pause it, and I was like looking at Riley. I'm like, did she just say she's this? And she's like 40 or 50 years old. I'm like, did she just say she sleeps with this random 14-year-old girl she saw on a TV show? And that 14-year-old girl's mom is okay with it? Like, what? And then I immediately started thinking, like, Michael Jackson. Why was everyone pissed off at Michael Jackson? Because apparently he liked to sleep with, not sexually from Michael Jackson's perspective. There's actually no proof that he actually sexually molested anyone, right? There's only, like, a certain kid who's, like, gone back and forth on his testimonies, like, 3 or 4 times already at this point. But, at this point, the main piece of evidence they have against Michael Jackson that they call him out on is, like, he said, I sleep with this boy in the same bed. Because, it's a sleepover or whatever. Super fucking weird. Who the fuck does that, right? That's already weird. Why the fuck is no one calling out Sia for that? She's like 50 years old sleeping with a 14-year-old girl.
What I was going to say is after that Michael Jackson documentary got released or whatever, I feel like a lot of people realized, like, nah, the parents.
Yeah.
That's weird on the parents. Who's going to let their baby sleep with a grown-ass man or woman at any time?
Bruh.
Fuck you, parents.
Dude, I had to...
Bad fucking parents.
I had to
That's disgusting.
beg my parents to sleep over at my
A
best friend's
friend's
house.
Yeah, me too.
I'd be like, dude, this is my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go to, like, we hang out every day at school together. I have to talk to his parents. I have to talk to his mom. I have to talk to his dad.
Grown-ass man or woman?
Bruh.
That's disgusting.
And like the fact that she says bonus mom, it's like I'm just thinking like as a perspective from like a parent. If I had a kid that I was like going out of my way to take care of, nourish, teach, do all this stuff, because it's my kid, right? And then you have this random successful woman just fucking throwing money around and like opportunity around, going like, "Hey, I'm your bonus mom now."
Clout thirsty fucking nasty ass parents.
Bro.
Gross motherfuckers.
It's so weird. You know what I mean?
That's sick.
And like and yeah, I don't know, it's just so strange. And then what's even funnier is apparently he's the dude who was making this YouTube video they were watching, he said that girl Maddie Ziegler had gotten some sort of movie deal opportunity where it was like a big movie. I forgot the name of the movie. It was like a big movie. She would have got a lot of money and clout from it, but that lady Sia contacted her, and her mom was like, "Don't do this. This is going to be a bad look for your reputation. You're going to be offensive. Like, you're going to get canceled. Don't do this, blah, blah," or whatever. Maddie Ziegler doesn't do it. Listens to her advice. A couple, I don't know, like a year or something like that. Something like a year later, Sia writes her own movie script about this, girl with an autistic sister. And she's like, "I need Maddie Ziegler as the autistic girl." And then guess what? Maddie Ziegler's getting canceled for fucking portraying an autistic girl in a very offensive light. You know what I mean? It's like the best example I can give you guys is like if someone was making a Russian movie and they're like, "All right, man, we're gonna have this Russian dude living in LA. How are we gonna portray him? Oh, let's throw him in an Adidas tracksuit. Put a fucking fuzzy hat on him. And throw a bottle of vodka in his right hand." And then he'll always have this bottle of vodka in his right hand. That way, people will really know he's Russian. And then you're like, okay, so you're just, going with the lowest level fucking stereotypes to fucking portray your image. It's like, that's not very, very good at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Scary part about having hella yes men around you, too. Like,
dude.
How could you not tell them that's not okay? Like, who approved that? That's just what I kept thinking. Like, who the fuck approved this and said, "Good job"?
That dude, the dude from the YouTube video we were watching, he said that too, right? And he brought up this clip from an interview with Sia, and Sia was at first, she was not the director. She was like helping make this movie, right? Yeah. And then Sia said in the interview, she was like, "I was talking with my homegirls, and my homegirls were like, 'Why are you helping co-write this movie? You should be the director. You got this, bitch. Like, you can do anything you want, blah, blah.'" And she's just like, "I can't do anything I want. I can't write my own movie." Guess what? You just got canceled.
It's literally reminded me of, like, watching the new Kardashians right now. Fucking, oh my God. Anytime Kim makes a decision, everybody's just sucking her ass. Like,
dude.
It's crazy. When she passed the bar, like, okay, so the last episode, she's doing her test for her law exam or whatever.
Yeah. And
she's waiting for her like examination or her like pass or fail or whatever to come in. She has like her assistant in the front seat, and she's like, "Oh my God, I passed!" And she like just starts crying like to herself and shows the assistant her like thing. She's like, "Is this real? Like, does it say passion?" She's like, "Yeah, you passed." And like she goes for a hug, and Kim doesn't even give her a hug back.
Oh.
And she's just like, she like doesn't even know like to like sit, like laugh or like smile or do anything. Like her like emotions, you could just tell in her face, are just so awkward.
It's just awkward.
It's like, what vibe do I have to have for Kim?
Oh my God.
I could just feel that in her vibe. It was just so weird. And like all these past episodes too, anytime people are around her, they're just like, brava.
We brought this up.
This is amazing.
We brought this up last time when we were talking about Kim going on when we were talking about the Kardashians starting back up, and I was watching that episode with you where Kim goes on SNL, and dude, like, she does her SNL performance, comes into the back room full of 15 of her employees, like makeup artists, assistants, friends, all this shit, right? Walks into this room, she's just like, how did I do? Everyone's just like, you fucking killed it, bitch. You were the smartest person in the world, blah blah. Like you did such a, and like, and honestly, okay, it's not wrong to have overly supportive friends, you know what I mean? But like, just the if you really watch this clip, you really get the vibe that like, wow, Kim, anything she says or does, like, you're not gonna have too many people close by going like, hey, kind of a weird idea, Kim, you shouldn't really do that, you know what I mean? Like, kind of strange, blah blah, you know, like, you don't have anyone saying that, because if they do, they're fired. That's
honestly, I know, like, Amy Schumer gets hella hate, and we were like talking about that last time too, but that's kind of what I liked about their scene together, because Amy wasn't scared to be like, that joke doesn't really work, like, that joke's kind of shitty. But then Kim, at the end, she used the jokes that even she was like, nah, I don't like that joke. She still used it, and it like ran with it too. So I mean, that was cool.
She didn't take Amy Schumer's advice.
Yeah, no,
of course.
And I thought it was a good joke though. I thought that one was the best one.
You know what I also kind of started noticing? I forgot what else I saw. But I think you were watching some clip on Instagram, but it was like another clip of Kim, like throwing around some self-deprecating humor, and like, you know, it's at this point where if you joke about something about yourself like once or twice, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, whatever. But like, it feels like her go-to is just like, I'm the girl with the big tits and the big butt, haha. You know what I mean? Like, she just wants that to be the joke now. It's just like, people are laughing at you because, you know, like, people are laughing at you, not with you. She thinks it's like with me type shit.
Well, she did make the joke about the sex tape. She was like, my movie premiere came out, blah, blah, blah. She's like, actually, I had that one movie premiere.
Which, is she a fucked up person for the information that's being revealed now with Ray J?
Do you think it's true? Do you think Chris was the one, like, her mom was the one to, like, want to release it? Because here's my theory. She was best friends with Paris Hilton, right? Paris Hilton was, like, the most poppin' heiress, socialite at the time, always in the magazines, always in everything. Paris Hilton has her sex tape released, and that goes fucking wild. Yeah.
Kim was like, what can I do?
Kim Kardashian has a sex tape release a little shortly after that.
Right?
And she blows up. Like.
And also, okay,
well, I definitely think it was on purpose.
This is me assuming a lot on the perspective of Ray J, because I haven't consumed too much information of like listening to him talk or whatever, but I did watch this random interview a long time ago with Ray J. I forgot where it was, like on the radio, I think, or something like that, when I had a fucking Sirius XM or something. But anyways, they were asking Ray J about Kim, right? Mm-hmm. And his answer and he was with his wife during this interview, and he's like, man, he's like, I'm fucking tired of hearing about this shit. He's like, it's fucking old, man. He's like, I have a wife that I love. He's like, that's an old relationship. He's kind of like, it's rude of people to continue throwing this into my face. It's kind of like, he's like, imagine we knew some ex-girlfriend that you had, and every time I saw you, especially when you were with your new girl or wife, I was like, remember Melissa? You know what I mean? And you're just like, dude, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. And you're like, bro, it's like that. And Ray J was explaining that perspective where it's like, it seemed like he was very mature about it. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like he was petty or anything like that. But also, you don't know. I'm also assuming, but
it's like, I feel like Ray J could have been annoying about this fucking sex tape.
He hasn't said anything.
He hasn't said shit.
Not a word.
He's done his
He's
own
been trying
thing.
to distance himself from it
because he has Raycons.
Because he has the Raycons, which is going insane.
Going crazy.
Every fucking big every big YouTuber is sponsored by Raycon. If they can pay them, that's insane. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's doing his own thing. He did Love and Hip Hop.
Okay. So basically, what we're talking about is Ray J. No Jumper recently posted that Ray J. Some text messages leaked where with the new Kardashians thing, one of their episodes was like Kim.
First one, yeah.
Kanye brought back some briefcase full of like hard drives and a Mac, and he's just like, this is the sex tape. And she just like, it's so weird, bro. Her whole family's around. They don't know what the fuck's.
Chris is like, or say thank you because I'm sure Kanye wrote a big check. And Kanye's like, oh, no checks were written.
Really?
I'm like, oh.
But you know what's weird is like Kanye comes through in this fucking Matrix fit, all black, everything, like leather jacket and shit. It was so weird. Anyways, leather gloves, everything's leather. You look like Blasey full form. He fucking comes through, drops off this leather briefcase, also black. Like everything just matches. It's crazy. He drops off this briefcase and he like steps away. And like what's funny is like if I were to drop off a briefcase to my wife and I know she's about to open it, I'm about to open it for you. Be like, here you go, babe. You know what I mean? He just drops it off and like steps away and like lets Kim fucking do it. And then Kim like in her like delicate ass dress, she like gets on her knees
in her all pink fit,
and she's just like, guys, Kanye just brought the most important thing ever. It's my sex tape. And then like everyone's like everyone's face is just like,
don't know what to do.
Yeah, everyone's just like, it's like a dead ass face.
And
Kim,
like, oh!
Then Kim gets emotional. Everyone starts getting emotional too. And anyways, the reason why I bring this up or whatever is wait, hold on. Why did I bring? Oh yeah. Anyways, that was in the first episode of like Kim saying I got the sex tape back, which is such a non-big deal. Guess what? There's fucking
because Ray J was saying, or there was some like article or something saying that a part 2 was going to be released of unseen footage.
Oh,
of
that
the
he
sex
had
tape. Yes.
And
so she got it back, and this whole thing was being made of.
Who cares about part 2? It's like part 1 is everywhere already. Everyone has it saved.
During that episode, her and Chloe were going on a hike, and she was like, apparently this part 2 is released. Saint saw like this thing on Roblox, and she was like I was fucked up. Like, I don't know if he put his dick in my like blah blah blah. Like, she was like saying like he might have taken advantage of her kind of thing. And that's why he was like, that's why he messaged her.
Now that you bring that up, it's starting to make the gears turn. Kim was like, oh my god, my son was exposed to this Roblox thing. I think they did that for promo for this sex thing because it all happened at the same time. No one gave a fuck about part 2. No one cares.
Yeah, it's so old.
I think they purposely. I'm not even sure their son even saw anything. I bet you they just said that. You know what I mean? Like, I have a feeling. But anyways,
it was nothing bad. It was just a meme of her face crying, and that's what it said. Like, he didn't know what it said.
Freaking in the episode, basically what we're trying to get to is like Kim is saying that she got the sex tape back. Ray J sent out this tag. Oh, these text leaked where Ray J's texting Kim. He's saying, "What the fuck? Why are you making me look like a fucking evil villain who's holding this over your head?" He's like, "Don't lie." He's like, "We planned this a long time ago. You said you wanted to release the sex tape,
and your mom
was in on it." And he's like, now you're flipping this like I'm the bad guy. He's like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, what if we see a fucking Johnny Depp Amber Heard between Kim K and fucking Ray J? Because he's like, you're defaming me.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's big. That will be huge.
Knowing Kim K's dirty laundry, bro.
It's not even dirty laundry. It's just like it's already out there. Like, everybody knows you guys fucked. It's on camera. But like, I guess the truth behind it, like, did her mom and her really release it on their own?
Ray J saying
that's like always been like a joke and a meme. Like, Chris released the sex tape to get the.
But I'm wondering who released those text messages from Ray J. Because if it was Ray J, then I'm thinking maybe he's lying. But if it was someone else, then I'm thinking like Ray J wouldn't say that to Kim.
Well, Ray J's pissed because Kim was saying that on the show.
If he's texting Kim, he's probably saying the truth. He's probably telling her like, dude, you don't want me to say this. You don't want me to say that. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be fucking surprised, but I don't know, freaking.
Such an interesting group of humans.
I'm kind of like falling in this like weird thing where like sometimes I forget exactly why I dislike Kim K, and I'm starting to think like, am I just finding reasons to dislike her?
Yeah.
You know?
I think everybody does, because she just got. I mean, that's like how she got famous, was because of the sex tape, and everybody was just like so anti that. Because that's how she got popular, but like, I don't know, something about their whole dynamic and show is just so entertaining to me for some reason. Like, they're just so crazy and like like they're so relatable.
It's unrelatable,
but unrelatable.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a family vibe, but then it's like, you see Kendall and she doesn't know how to chop a cucumber, and Chris is like, "Chef, can you chop this cucumber for Kendall?" And you're like, "Oh wait,
bro, it's like
I can't relate to that."
It's the curse of their money. Like we talked about this last time, where I'm saying like, dude, even if something happened where someone were wipe someone were to wipe all their bank accounts to zero, right? Guess what? Every single one of them can go on Instagram and be like, shout out, $10,000 shout outs, $20,000, probably even more, $1 million shout out. And like, they're going to make all their money back. And so they're never going to be broke at this point. You know what I mean? They're always going to have money. So like, honestly, I feel like the best reality show is like, bro, I want to see 1 month, 30 days of Kim K and her sisters locked on an island where they don't have any amenities. They really got to deal with fucking termites on their bed. And they're like, we have to change our own covers. We need a new house. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, bro, I want to see that. Like, that would be interesting to me.
That would be insane.
Them dealing with reality. I don't know. It's just like, what sucks is like with someone like Kylie Jenner, I bet you she's never, ever, ever had the thought of like, you getting towards the end of the month and you just paid your rent, you paid you paid your phone, you paid everything, and you got like $50 left. No. And you're like,
she grew up.
And you're like, damn, like I really want this dress. You know what I mean? This dress is $300, but I have $50. Probably can't get this dress. Guess I'll save this $50, and in 3 months I'll buy this dress. Or 5 months. It's just like she's never had to deal with shit like that. It's so crazy. And that's where, like, when I watch it with you, it's, like, irritating to me where I'm like, bro, this is so annoying that there's people like this that exist.
But they're hilarious in some way. I don't know. It's insane. I just think it's fascinating. It's fascinating,
like, in the same way where you watch Soft White Underbelly, because you're like, whoa, these are life experiences and like versions of life I've never had to deal with. This is so interesting to see and listen about. Same thing there, I feel like, but on another level.
Well, now it's like even crazier that Courtney's with Travis Barker, and like I go down the Travis Barker rabbit hole, and I'm just like, damn, that whole plane crash situation. It was in 2008. That's so long ago.
And honestly, I saw this clip I saw this clip a while ago where where he basically said he doesn't like talking about it, right? Because honestly, like I was thinking about it a while ago, and I came to this conclusion where I was like, dude, like imagine I had survived something like that, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like just by people bringing it up, I almost get this vibe of them almost saying like, why'd you survive? How'd you survive? How come you didn't die? You know what I mean? Like, and then you're just like, bro, I don't know why I didn't. Well, like you get annoyed with it. You're like, bro, leave me alone, man. I just happened to survive. Like, and you're like, I didn't ask to survive. Like, you get the survivor's guilt. I bet. You know what I mean? Where you're like, bro, I'm tired of getting asked about this shit. It's like, I didn't want this. It wasn't a vacation I went on. Like.
After I watched the episode of them getting engaged, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about the whole plane crash situation. Like, what a crazy. Like, I just remember how insane that was, and like it being all over the news. And so I look up like Travis Barker plane crash. I would think he did like a whole tell-all interview, but like it's hard to find anything. Like it's all like less than 10-minute clips kind of him talking about it.
Yeah.
And I listened to like the Joe Rogan clip of him.
He interviewed him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
He was talking about it, and he was like saying like he was very suicidal after, because he was like, what the fuck? Like all both of his best friends, the 2 pilots, passed away, and the person who also survived with him a year after passed away from an overdose. So it was a DJ.
I remember
DJ AM.
Mm-hmm. He was a big ass deal. I remember when he passed away, a lot of people were posting about it. I didn't know too much about him, but I remember it was like he affected a lot of people when he passed away.
So he was you could just even tell. I don't know, like even him on the show, like he's so soft spoken, and like you just can tell he's been through a lot. But I heard, like, I was like listening to it, and he like said once the plane like fully crashed, he like got out of the emergency exit and fully submerged into like the engine oil and like caught on fire. And I believe like 60% of his body or something like that was like burnt.
Like third-degree burns, you said?
He just seems like such a sweet person, like, to this day, and like so.
And what's even crazy, he survived that, and then I forgot where I saw this. I think Adam might have like talked to him, or I saw this like some on some No Jumper content or something like that. But
yeah, they were friends, right?
But yeah, Travis Barker has said that he was like a big backwoods smoker. He would smoke hella backwoods, and then he was just like, he said that he had this crazy cough or something like that, and he was just like, I'm gonna go get tested out. And he said that the doctor told him that he's like, you have precursors to like throat cancer. And the dude said like, this doesn't mean you're gonna get throat cancer, but he's like, I'm telling you, like, you can't smoke anymore. Like, that's it. You gotta cut it out. And then like Travis Barker's like, all right, I'm not smoking no more. And like he just quit smoking. But I was like, damn, dude, like, Imagine that. You know what I mean? Like, you just survive that, then you get hit with that. It's like, bro.
Dude.
Same thing with Boosie, bro. Boosie fucking, he went to jail and fucking was he had a like a murder charge where they're trying to charge him with murder. And his if he had lost, if Boosie had lost his case, he would have got the death sentence. They're trying to give him the death sentence or life in jail. Like, those were his options. And Boosie like spent like five years in jail or something like that. Got out a year or two later. Got fucking kidney cancer, liver cancer. Had to get one of his kidneys or livers removed. They thank God they were able to get it out. Now he's good or whatever. But imagine that, dude. Like, you just survive this case. Or okay, I'm this is where I'm gonna be probably wrong here, but I remember hearing a little bit that his case was like about weed. Like, it was all about weed. Like, he had like some sort of weed amount on him, and they were gonna charge him with murder or something like I forgot what exactly it was, but I heard that initially it was all about weed. That was his charge. He was gonna go to fucking life in jail or the death sentence.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's
I can't
why
believe people just still are still in jail for weed. It's crazy.
It's so hard, but like that thing that Ass Pizza said a long time ago, I think during the thing where I interviewed him for No Jumper during his studio, where he's just like, stress is the cause of all illnesses. You know what I mean? He's like, I try to not give a fuck about anything and just be super, just like happy positive. Not even happy positive, but like don't get affected. You know what I mean? And it's so hard.
That's why he looks so young.
I feel like you think like having money like will like give you that peace of mind, or you think it's like a peace of mind that you have to build up your own, where you're like, no matter what,
it starts with yourself.
Right?
Fuck yeah. It starts with yourself. You can move anywhere you want. At the end of the day, you're still gonna have your fucking self, and you're gonna have your issues and all the things you're in your mind. Like, you can't just run away from shit. Like,
you can't run away from shit, but then also it's like you can just not care about it and just be like, okay,
yeah,
all right.
That's the easiest way, but it's also the hardest thing to do. So
I know, which is like something I don't have that skill yet.
Another crazy thing I heard off that interview with him.
What?
He had like hella surgeries, and he said that he was like on so many drugs before. He was like such a recreational user that he would wake up mid surgeries. Because
they didn't wasn't enough drugs on him. Fuck, dude.
Oh, could you imagine?
You're like, bro, I need 4 more of those perks.
Oh my god, I would flip. That's my biggest fear. I do not want to do
Dude,
that.
I want to. I forgot the name of this movie. Like, I never got to watch it, but I remember I saw this. It was like a trailer for it on TV a long time ago, dude, when I was like 16. But it looked like such a compelling movie where basically it's this dude, right? And he has like a mom and a grandma or something like that, right? And he has to fucking go to all of a sudden he has to go get this crazy surgery or like a heart surgery or something like that. And then he goes into surgery, and then same thing happens where they give him the anesthetic, but then anesthetic just kind of paralyzes him where he can't move his lips, but he can fucking like kind of look around the room a little bit, and he can understand and hear everything, right? And then his like mom walks in, and then she basically like, it was so weird where basically his mom wanted him to die because she would get some sort of insurance money, and like and he thought the whole time that his mom would like loved him and cared about him, but as he's sitting there and she thinks he's paralyzed and can't hear him in mid surgery or something like that, or like, you know, post surgery or something like that or whatever, he just like, she thinks he's paralyzed, can't hear him, she's like talking out loud saying like, we need this money, blah blah, we like, this fool can't survive the surgery. And then like he's aware that like the next surgery he's gonna die, that she's gonna do something to alter it. She tried to poison him or do something to fuck up the surgery where he dies, and he's like out, but he hears everything, and he's like desperately trying to fucking like figure out some way to make people aware that he's awake and he doesn't want the surgery to happen, but like he can't do it. It's such a crazy movie about how what you're talking about, like how this dude's on, you know, like supposed to be under anesthetic, and like they think he can't hear this stuff, but he hears everything, and it's basically him getting fucked. Like they're like they want him to die so they can get insurance money off him, and he's like, fuck, like I don't want to die. Bruh.
So scary.
It's insane. I think it might have been his wife, actually, not his mom.
God, hope fucking his mom. But I've seen a crazy movie, some like where the mom is trying to
Dude, isn't even a movie,
Poison her
but
kids,
I
and
told.
I thought it might be the same one.
Oh really?
Mhm.
I told you this a while ago, where I saw this crazy like news article a long time ago, where it was basically about this dude who was in a 30-year coma, and he eventually woke up out of the coma, and he was in it for 30 years, right? And his mom would like visit him like damn near every day just to see how he was doing or whatever. She really loved him and cared about him, but he said that once he woke up, he was like it was kind of torture being in there because he was like, I was in a coma, but he's like, I could still hear everything and understand everything, and he's like, I can hear people saying shit, and he's like, I can hear my mom coming in and praying to God that I would pass away to take away my pain, because she was like, dude, my son's been in a coma for 30 years. She thinks he's not gonna wake up, so she's like sitting next to him praying to God, like, please take him away, like, so he stops suffering, please take him away so he stops suffering. And then he eventually wakes up, and he was like, bro, it's so he was basically talking about how that was like super fucked up. He's like, my mom was wishing for me to die because of how I was in a coma, but now she's happy I'm awake, obviously. But he was like, it's weird hearing your mom wishing you would die, you know? Isn't that crazy? And that wasn't even a movie, that was like an article I read or something.
She's really just trying to pray your pain away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she's doing. Obviously she wants the best, but she just wants your pain to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I would think so. I would hope it wouldn't be so dark like that.
I know. All right, so here's this random topic I have. I forgot where I saw this YouTube video. I should really start listing my links or like how I got this information, because it's always like, this is something I heard or whatever. But anyways, everyone's heard of this. The government's trying to make abortion illegal. You saw this, right?
Yes.
There's a bunch of states, and I don't know, like, I forgot exactly what's going on politically, but it really looks like there's a chance that federally abortion's going to be illegal. Like, no, women cannot have an abortion, which is insane. Like, what the fuck, you know what I mean, right?
Ridiculous.
It's fucking ridiculous.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
At the same time, I saw this thing about how there's this thing called assisted suicide, right?
Yes.
I think it's already a thing in Australia. Canada has it.
Some states.
I think some states have it or whatever, right? And apparently there was some person who applied for assisted suicide. And usually when people apply for assisted suicide, it's due to some sort of like medical reasons where they're like very sick and they can't handle the pain anymore, or mental reasons where they're like depressed, you know what I mean? And like those cases, I think they're usually harder. You really have to go through a lot of steps in order to get the okay to kill yourself or whatever, like, or get the assist. But those are usually the cases, like mental health, or, you know, like you're sick, like, you know, with some doctor shit or whatever, medical shit. Anyway, some person recently applied for assisted suicide, and they got approved, but their reasoning was like, basically they're depressed because of poverty. They said they're so broke that they can't afford their bills, they can't afford a decent lifestyle, that they're depressed and they want to kill themselves. And I'm like, what the they're getting an okay for this? You know what I mean? Like, this person got an okay for this? I'm like, that's disgusting. That's fucked up, bro. Like, the government, as soon as someone applies for assisted suicide, saying, I'm too broke to be happy, I'd rather die.
Yeah.
At that point, you gotta be like, what are we doing here? Something's wrong with the whole system. We got people are so,
yep, you're good.
Yeah, instead they're like, all right, you know what I mean? Go ahead, kill yourself. That's crazy to me, right? Wow. And then at the same time, we have this whole thing going on about a person applying for assisted suicide because they're so broke. We have this anti-abortion shit where usually, okay, what are the cases of abortion? It's like, oh, a young couple realizes they have a kid. They're like, I ain't got no job. We both ain't got no job. We ain't got no careers, no nothing. If we have a kid right now, we're both going to be damn near homeless, and our kid's going to have a shitty life. You know what I mean? That's going to be tough, right? And that's usually the cases of abortion. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we just can't do it right now. We need to wait till the future. We need to be responsible here. So you get the abortion. I'm not saying abortion's fucking, you know what I mean, like some easy thing that's okay. It's obviously like, you know, a big ass thing, right? But I feel like the option needs to be there for people like in those situations, right? Now, if the government makes it impossible for people, you know, in lower income situations or whatever situations to get an abortion, now we're just gonna be okaying their kids to kill themselves 18 years later. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's so fucking crazy. That's actually very smart of you to put those two together.
Isn't that weird though?
That's
first crazy. I saw the suicide thing like a week or two ago, and I was like,
wait.
I was like, that's weird. And then a little bit later, I saw the abortion thing. I was like, I was like, how? That's fucked up, bro. I was like, they're kind of making this looping system of like, and you know what else it is? It's like, okay, you hear this a lot as well, where to have a functioning capital, government that works, with capitalism, or like have a capitalistic government, I guess, or like to work within the confines of capitalism, you have to have workers. You have to have millions of ready to go workers who are ready to fill jobs and ready to go, right? I feel like that this is like some super conspiratorial thought process of mine, but I feel like that's the whole government thought process of like, dude, if too many people start having abortions, we're gonna lose our workers. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like that's their whole thought process, which is insane. You know what I mean? And honestly, I also saw like in a Phil DeFranco video that basically with this new rule, it kind of basically just makes it illegal for poor people to have abortions. If you're rich, if you're a millionaire, you're gonna find some sort of way, private doctor, some sort of way to pay for an abortion, right? So it kind of only makes it impossible for poor people to have an abortion, which leads to the thing I was just talking about, the whole suicide shit and how people are depressed from poverty. It's like, what the fuck, right? But it's like, it feels like at this point there needs to be like not a GoFundMe, but some sort of charity program where celebrities and people in the United States kind of like put their money in, and then whenever a woman needs an abortion and can't get it, she's just like, I'm gonna reach out to this program. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna fly me out to whatever state and pay for this abortion to get done. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be some sort of charity program or some program where people can put their money into, where there's this money being held for women to reach out and be like, hey, need an abortion, can't do it in my state, like fly me out and get, help me do this.
I'm sure that will happen if this whole thing does go down, but I'm hoping it's not going to go down.
I wonder if there's something like that already exists.
It's like...
It's so insane. And you know what's crazy is, like, I was talking to one of my friends, like, a month or two ago, and I would think that all my friends growing up with, like, okay, we do have a lot of opposing views, but I would think that we would kind of share the same idea on abortion of, like, you should be able to do it if you want to, right? And my homie was kind of like bringing up this fucking stance of like, that you're killing a baby though, right?
Oh my
God. It's fucked up to kill a baby though, right? And I'm like, bro,
you probably only watch Juno, and it's fucking ridiculous.
And I brought it up to him. I'm like, bro, like, do you understand that, like, it's more like, if you're really a logical thinker as a person, right? If you're trying to take that stance, if you're trying to take the stance of like, oh, it's a baby, you're trying to take the stance of a very logical thinker, right? So if you're trying to take the stance of a very logical thinker, you got to put in the perspective of the other shoes. You're a poor person, you know what I mean? Imagine you're homeless and you have some girl that may not be your girlfriend, you guys are just maybe dating or whatever, right? And she gets pregnant. You know for sure that I can't take care of this baby. This girl's not gonna be able to take care of this baby. It's probably gonna go to a foster home. If you guys look into the fucking statistics of kids that go to foster homes, it's fucking crazy, bro. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's like not a good place, bro. And like, if you really look at it logistically, it's like, bro, you're very selfish to think that like, oh, I'm gonna make this kid suffer this fucking terrible life of poverty and of trying to come up and homelessness and all this stuff, instead of just being like, I'm getting an abortion.
You get raped.
Bro, that's another thing. Is like they're making it so that if you get raped, you can't get an abortion. What?
That's what I'm saying.
That's where it's like the only logical thought process of mine is like they need fucking workers. I feel like that's their thought process is like, oh, we can't lose our everyday average Joe workers. We need these people. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, no, you don't care about life. You know what I mean? You're not pro-life. And what's another funny thing that also people are bringing up with this abortion shit is like the main thing that anti-abortionist people say is like, we're pro-life. We don't like killing things. We don't like killing people, right? We're pro-life, right? But then the same people, you bring up the subject of homelessness, you bring up the subject of drug abuse, all that stuff, their immediate reaction is like, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's their problem. They're homeless because they chose to be homeless. They're drug addicts because they chose to be high. You know what I mean? Like, they really have no solution for these things that society has, like, they're huge problems, but then they're quick to be like, oh, we're pro-life, we care about life, until you get old enough to be in need of help. As soon as you're old enough to be in need of help, or like old enough to be like an adult, we don't care about you anymore. That's when our we care about life shit ends. It's so hypocritical.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you.
It's funny. It's also weird just to hear fucking
yeah.
people say like, oh man.
That this is
Actu-
ever even gonna be a thing.
Well, yeah, or just to see that like, there's people that are my age, if not younger, that have this stance of like, actually, you are killing a baby.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah,
okay, yes, you
thank
are
God
killing
I've never
something,
heard
but then
that.
it's like, I don't know, man. If you're worried about that, look into farming. Look into what happens to farms. And then if you don't care about farms, you're saying that people are better than a pig. You're saying that a person's better than a duck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like, life is life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If you're gonna take that stance of like, oh, I'm pro-life or whatever, so I'm anti-abortion, it's like you might as well become an anti commercial farming person as well. Last topic I had is a serious question for you,
Okay.
because a lot of people have been bringing it up. That's so gross when you do that. It's crazy. Break off your nails.
Well, they're all gone.
A lot of people have been asking about you and Allie doing a 24 to 48 hour
This is the
stream
topic?
or a dollar a minute stream.
Mm-hmm.
Will you do it?
I said, yeah, if she's down, then I'm down to do it with her, probably.
Probably.
Mhm.
What are the okay? So what are your like things that you would need? Well, I don't know what the word is for it, but like requirements for you to be okay with doing that.
What do you mean? I don't know. Like,
Would you stay awake all 24 hours if it's 24 hours, so you don't have to sleep on stream?
I would probably fucking fall asleep.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
be real.
But would you sleep on stream
Yeah, would you sleep?
with you?
Mhm.
Wow, I would. Oh yeah, I would. But if it's only you and Allie, then you and Allie would have to sleep together.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be funny.
Really?
Riley and Allie sleeping on
what the
stream. You would never hear the end of it. Oh.
That's not as weird as you and Toke sleeping on the street.
How is that weird though?
It's just weirder for guys, I guess.
Oh my god. I used to have sleepovers with my homie friends when I was
yeah,
younger.
I know. It shouldn't even be weird. But for some reason, it's
So
weird
you
for
would be
guys.
so you would be down.
Yes, if she was down, I would be down for doing it.
What's the max?
But you guys have to help us too, and you have
No,
to be
I would
there
I would be
the whole
behind the
time.
computer the whole time. So you
No,
guys
and you have to be on camera too. Like I'm on camera for you.
okay, but I'm taking the back seat.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sitting in the back because
But
you're going.
I don't even know if people would want to see that because I'm not even as I'm definitely not as entertaining as
I
you
don't
are.
think I'm very entertaining
Allie's
either.
pretty entertaining on fucking camera. She has the personality that'll keep us going.
I think both of you guys bouncing off one another.
That's true.
Would be
And we
good.
could do different things. That would be fun.
But you know what would be interesting? I was also as I was thinking about this 24 to 48 hour stream, would you be down for 48 hours? 2 days. It's going to lead to my next question.
No.
No? You wouldn't be down
I
for
don't
2
wanna
days.
Do 2 days. No.
Really? Okay, let's say if you, since you're down for since you're down for 1 day.
I could probably barely do one.
Since you
I'm gonna be lucky to have Allie.
All right, let me ask you this then. Since you're down for with 1 day, would you think? Okay, let me just ask you. Allie's not here, obviously. Would you be down to do an isolation stream
No.
where you have nothing in here?
No.
Why not?
Do you think I would be down for that, Yuri?
All you have to do is be in here and have nothing
No.
to entertain yourself for a day.
No.
You think that's too much?
Yes, I don't like that at all.
Why, you'd go insane?
And I don't like people just watching me and
That's
doing
true.
that. It's so
the,
awkward,
the whole
you know?
time you're gonna be like, just fixing your hair.
really, I just split my hair a lot.
But okay, so you're down. No isolation stream though.
I'm not like you. I'm not a streamer.
Oh, really? Yes, you are. You have 100 subscribers on YouTube and
No,
what, 300
I'm
on
not.
Twitch?
No, I don't have 300.
How much do you have on Twitch?
I don't know.
100 at
I'm
least.
not you, babe. That's what
Oh
I'm trying
my
to
God.
say. Jeez. I'll leave all that stuff for you, and I'll take the back seat because that's where I belong.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Anyways, I think the last thing I wanted to bring up is people were asking like, every time we end a long stream like this, like really. Every time we end a long stream like this, like a 5-day or 3-day or a dollar minute stream, people always ask, when's the next one? When's the next one? And we're always just like, bro, we just barely survived this one. Like, we don't even want to think about the next one yet. But I think the only logical next step for me is I can't go above 5 days at this point because of work and 10 talks. You know what I mean? Like, that's already my cap. I think the next logical step is to do a 2 to 3 day isolation stream for me, where it's gonna be very messy and very difficult and probably very annoying, but we would have to take everything out of this room, or actually, you know what, even just buy some construction paper and just cover everything. But that would probably just be easier, just to take everything out of this room so it's completely empty. I have nothing to entertain myself, you know, and then I just stay in here for 2 to 3 days on stream with nothing except the speaker and a camera pointed at me, so I can't even see the chat. Talked about doing this before, but I feel like that's the next logical step.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? At that point, you wouldn't be able to see me or talk to me for 2 to 3 days.
I'll be behind, I guess.
Would you miss me?
Yeah.
What would you do though? Because like
I would have to help and do whatever I have to do to help. What would I do? I don't know. I'd help.
I feel like, how much is there really to help? It's like, I feel like, actually no, just make sure the stream is still going or whatever.
Who else is gonna do it?
True.
Who's gonna run it?
Dude, I don't even know where the hell we would even put the computer, like what, in the hallway or something like that. It's gonna be so hectic and insane. Maybe we'd even have to do it somewhere else, not even here. All right. You know, it's one last random thing I wanted to bring up. What? It's very weird, but on Instagram, I get these recommended videos of like acne removal stuff for some reason, of like people taking these tools or even these machines where they like, or even sometimes they'll just like squish someone's nose and it literally looks like fucking Play-Doh hair. It's just like a million little holes just going out of everywhere. I'm like looking at these videos and I always think like, that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? Like that's like some very unique case where like something's going on. Like it doesn't seem natural. Anyways, the other day I looked in the mirror, I took my nose and I saw all these like dark spots and I was like, are those blackheads? Like is that like what people talk about? And I took my nose, squished it, and I was like, bruh, it was what the video I saw. It was like literally a bunch of Play-Doh hair just all coming out of mine. I was like, oh my fucking god, it's real. I have blackheads.
Everybody does.
What do you, is it natural? Like, are there people who don't have them?
Some people are blessed, and they have nice clear skin, but I have them.
I feel like everyone has them because I remember my sisters would complain about them my whole childhood. They'd always be like popping each other's blackheads, and I'd be like so confused about it. But then, yeah, I did the other day. I looked, I was like, bro, what? Now I feel nasty. Now I feel like I want one of those vacuum machines to be like just sucking all the crud out. How much are they?
I don't know. You're gonna have to Google it.
Have you ever done it?
I've only gone facial. Like I only get facials because I don't trust myself with that kind of shit.
You told me to get a facial, but when I think of a facial, I